You know that feeling, right? You wake up, maybe you even got, I don't know, 10 hours of sleep, but it just feels like you're on the wrong side of the bed.
Oh, definitely.
Your body's completely exhausted. You have zero energy to do anything. You can't think straight. And you're just kind of stuck in a rut for seemingly no reason at all. I know I've definitely had those days where the to-do list is just looming and all I want to do is just hide under the covers forever. It's universally relatable, I think.
It absolutely is. That sort of sense of dread, that heavy feeling, that inertia that just seems to settle over everything. It's a very, very common human experience. And yeah, often we don't know where to even begin to shift it.
Precisely. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. Our mission, really, is to explore a whole range of healthy, practical ways to, navigate those challenging days. We've pulled insights from a stack of sources, actually, including a pretty fascinating difficult day in my life vlog, to show you how to start pulling yourself out of a rut fast, maybe turn a sad or unproductive day into a more positive one, and perhaps most importantly, how to avoid that frustrating spiral.
Yeah, that going back to square one feeling.
Exactly, that feeling when you're trying so hard to get your life on track and you just keep slipping back.
And what's really crucial to understand, I think, about the strategies we've gathered is that they're rooted in gentle, supportive self-care, not impulsive or, regrettable actions.
Right. Yeah.
This isn't about texting your ex or indulging in habits that push you further from your goals or just neglecting yourself and your future. Instead, our sources really emphasize practical, sustainable solutions, things designed to build you up, not tear you down.
That focus on gentle, practical solutions is so key. And a big disclaimer right up front.
Yeah.
You absolutely do not have to do everything we're about to outline.
Oh, definitely not.
Think of these as like a menu of strategies, maybe, possible solutions. You can pick and choose what works for you on any given day because, let's be honest, you probably can't physically fit it all into one day anyway.
It's empowering, really, to have options. And what's particularly useful about the material we've looked at is how it structures these ideas, almost like a guided journey through a difficult day. We'll be moving through specific strategies for your morning, midday, late afternoon, and then your night routines. Each one designed to help shift your energy and your perspective.
Okay, let's unpack this then, starting with that dreaded morning. You wake up, maybe you've slept plenty, like we said, but you just feel hopeless. What's the point? Everyone's ahead of me, nothing's working out. The temptation is just to hide in bed forever.
Avoid calls.
Totally. But our sources have a surprisingly active first step. Grab your phone.
Yes, but, and this is a big but, with a significant twist. Instead of that mindless scrolling or comparison trap.
Which is so easy to fall into.
It's so easy. The recommendation is to actively consume motivational content. Think inspiring YouTube videos or maybe searching like #motivational on TikTok.
Okay.
This isn't just about feeling good for a second. It's about cognitively priming your brain for positive action. You're intentionally shifting your focus, setting an immediate, uplifting tone for the day. The key, of course, is you have to avoid any content that makes you feel worse. Be mindful of that.
That makes sense. Shifting focus from obligation to maybe some self-compassion, and then still cozy in bed, the next step suggested is morning meditation.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be some rigid, empty your mind ideal state. It can be as simple as closing your eyes and just breathing, focusing on grounding yourself, staying present for a few moments.
And this raises a really important question, doesn't it? Why is meditation such a consistent theme in all this productivity and well-being advice?
Yeah, you see it everywhere.
You do. And successful individuals often incorporate it because it directly improves concentration, focus, and productivity. It does this by calming the nervous system. Even just 5 minutes can actively work on your mental well-being.
Just 5 minutes?
Yeah. Our sources mention tools like the Headspace app, for example, highlighting its user-friendly platform, and the variety of courses that can help soothe anxiety or boost productivity. It makes meditation feel less intimidating.
Right.
It's about building a moment of intentional calm.
And then the material we looked at takes a really intriguing turn. After grounding yourself, it suggests something quite profound, changing your very identity.
Oh, yeah, yes. The identity shift.
This concept draws heavily from James Clear's Atomic Habits, which posits that your habits are how you embody a particular identity. Can you unpack what that means a bit?
Sure. The insight here is that it's a powerful feedback loop, essentially. Yeah. When you act as the person you want to be, your brain starts to believe it. Over time, those new habits feel more natural, less like a struggle. So if you spend your morning doing a deep clean, you're embodying a clean and organized person. If you're productive, get work done, you start to feel like a productive, successful person.
Right. It reinforces itself.
Exactly. And this connects to the bigger picture that just accepting, oh, I don't feel like doing anything today, can easily lead one lazy day into 2, then 3, then suddenly you're in a month-long rut.
In there.
We all have. The only way out, it suggests, is to gently pick up a different habit. And this involves a powerful visualization technique. Imagining your dream self.
Ah, the dream self. Okay, so who are you going to show up as today? What's your ideal future lifestyle look like? What do you actually do daily to get closer to that? For example, the vlog we looked at talks about a dream self who wakes up early, hits the gym, eats healthily, engages in self-care, gets work done, but without overworking. It's about finding that balance.
Yeah. And then the advice is basically to fake it till you make it. Don't wait until you feel like that person. Start setting your alarm earlier, maybe force yourself to the gym that first time, sit with the discomfort a bit.
That sounds hard.
It is challenging, absolutely. But the sources suggest that once you overcome that initial resistance, it genuinely gets easier and you start to actually embody that future self. You can schedule really small steps too, like 5 minutes of learning French daily to make that dream a reality day by day.
It makes sense in theory, but for someone who is truly like deep in the depths of a rut, just forcing yourself can feel completely overwhelming. Did the material we reviewed offer any strategies for overcoming that specific emotional resistance that I just can't feeling?
It definitely acknowledges that feeling.
Yeah.
The key is to start ridiculously small, almost comically small.
Okay. Like how small?
So instead of force yourself to the gym, the goal is just put on your gym shoes. That's it. Instead of write for an hour, it's open the document. The focus is on lowering the barrier to entry so drastically that you kind of trick your brain into starting. You leverage the fact that momentum builds from even the tiniest first step.
From identity shifts to actual fuel, the fourth step for your difficult morning is making a nice, healthy breakfast. The source is pretty firm on this one. No chocolate chip cereal or instant noodles first thing.
Right. If you're wondering why you feel tired and slumped, well, it could be because you're treating your body like a trash can.
Harsh, but maybe true sometimes.
Perhaps. The material emphasizes that what you put inside really does reflect on the outside. Eating more fruits, veggies, proteins, and skipping those processed foods, it will actively raise your energy levels. It provides sustained fuel rather than those quick sugar spikes and crashes.
Makes sense.
The vlog actually recommends a protein shake easy to make with fruits, veggies, maybe some matcha for energy, turmeric for inflammation. It's presented as a quick and easy way to feel accomplished and nourished, like an immediate act of self-love.
I like that, an act of self-love.
And yes, the source is firm. No chocolate chip cereal. Unless it's a very rare planned treat for maybe your treat yourself night later, not your everyday fuel.
Got it. Okay, so while you're eating that healthy breakfast, step number 5 is to make a to-do list. But this isn't your average overwhelming list. It's described as a magical one, focused on things you're going to look forward to. You're having a bad day, so it's okay not to demand like 6 hours of intense work. Prioritize maybe 1 or 2 important tasks, say 1 hour towards a deadline, and then build in a reward, like meeting friends for lunch or planning to wind down with Netflix later.
This really highlights the importance of creating your own energy and motivation through discipline, but a gentle discipline, even on an off day. It's about leveraging the brain's reward system.
Right.
The example provided is someone waking up totally exhausted, but after planning their YouTube video and getting ready, they start looking forward to going shopping afterward. That anticipation cuts through the procrastination and drives them to actually do the work.
It's essentially a system of self-bribery, isn't it?
Yes, but in a positive, constructive way.
Okay, and the final step for this difficult morning routine is simply to get ready. Look good for yourself. It could be as simple as taking a long shower, brushing your hair properly, maybe putting on a little mascara. The effort, even when it feels tiring in the moment, can instantly lift your mood and kind of change the narrative of your day. So, okay, you've made it through the morning, hopefully feeling a bit better. What strategies does the material suggest for midday?
All right, now it's midday, and the first step here is critical. Do something. Anything.
So move.
Just move, exactly. This isn't just a vlog tip. It aligns with productivity principles you find across various time management methods. They all focus on breaking that inertia. The first step is always the hardest, right?
Always.
So One of the most effective productivity methods emphasized is the first 5 minutes.
Ah, the first 5 minutes. I've heard of this. So you don't want to open your laptop or that document to write 5,000 words. You don't have to. Just open it. Maybe write the first paragraph. Or start cleaning your apartment for just 5 minutes. The idea is once you've started, even just that little bit, you'll often feel, 10 times more inspired and motivated to continue.
Precisely. It's about overcoming that initial activation energy.
Okay.
Start with maybe the lightest, most semi-enjoyable task that doesn't require a ton of brain power. Maybe hoovering, making your bed, reading a few pages of a book. Ticking off that first small task makes you feel accomplished, confident, and it increases your ability to get on with other things.
Yeah.
It's all about getting that initial push to build momentum.
Okay, so after that initial push, it's time for step 2. Eat a good meal for lunch. And I like this part. Romanticize it.
Yeah, make it special.
This isn't just about eating. It's about making it an enjoyable experience. Maybe you learn a new, easy recipe from TikTok. Make yourself a cute iced beverage. Sit down properly. Maybe you watch some TV while you eat.
The emphasis here is on mindfully nourishing yourself and your body, really setting your future self up for success later in the day. It's about finding joy in the mundane, maybe ditching the habit of daily instant ramen for something that truly feels like an act of self-care.
That makes sense. It engages your senses.
Exactly, and it can even create a small dopamine hit, making the effort feel worthwhile.
What's fascinating about the midday routine, though, is step 3. Learning about high vibe versus low vibe habits. This isn't just abstract. It's about identifying the subtle things you do that secretly impact your mental health and energy. Things that might be pushing you into that rut that doesn't just appear out of nowhere.
Indeed. Low vibe habits are presented as the energy takers. Things like worrying constantly, consuming negative media, eating junk food, not cleaning your environment, gossiping, comparing yourself to others.
Oh, the comparison trap again.
It's a big one. Also, victim mentality, too much screen time, not moving your body, judgment, criticism, having poor boundaries, dehydration, sleep deprivation, living in the past, or just staying indoors all day. Romanticizing your sadness is also on this list, interestingly.
Wow, that's a comprehensive list.
It is, and what's fascinating is how these aren't just feelings. Low vibe habits like constant comparison can actually trigger stress responses in the body, while high vibe ones like getting out in nature can literally lower cortisol levels. There's a physical component.
Okay, so then you have the high vibe habits, the energy givers, drinking water, being in nature or sunlight, moving your body, exercising, eating healthfully.
Opposites, basically.
Yeah, spending time with loved ones or pets, hugging, meditation, visualization, reading, listening to uplifting music, journaling, setting good intentions, having a good sleep schedule, self-love, self-care, engaging in hobbies, dancing, resting, planning your future, decluttering, having an abundance mindset, and trying to stay positive.
This framework really encourages you to hold yourself accountable. It's almost like a self-awareness checklist, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
You can practically feel your energy drain just reading some of those low-vibe habits. The question it poses to you, the listener, is, what are you doing regularly that depletes your energy? And what can you start incorporating to ensure a consistently better mood and energy level every day? It shifts the focus from external circumstances to your internal choices.
That idea of high vibe versus low vibe habits is really intuitive, I find. But did the sources delve much into why certain things deplete us so much, beyond just listing them out?
They certainly hinted at it. For example, excessive screen time, especially social media, can create that constant loop of comparison and perceived inadequacy we mentioned. That leads to feelings of anxiety and FOMO, Our brains aren't really wired for the constant stimulation and social comparison that these digital platforms often encourage. Similarly, neglecting movement or nature exposure deprives our bodies of natural mood boosters like endorphins and vitamin D, which are actually essential for regulating mood and energy.
So it's not just a feeling, there's a real biological basis to these energy shifts.
Exactly. There's physiology involved.
Okay, so now we move into the late afternoon. We've got new habits to try and break free from that rut. The first step here is suggested as give yourself love, rest, and gratitude. This is where things like affirmations, journaling, and essentially being your own therapist come in.
Yes. Talk through your problems. Like, if you really want to send that angry text, maybe write it out in your notes app instead, just to get it out of your system without causing damage.
Good tip.
Reassure yourself about how well you're actually doing, even if it doesn't feel like it. Remember all the things you once wished for that you now have, maybe your ability to see, walk, hear, have food, friends, good health, access the internet, simple things we take for granted.
That gratitude practice.
Exactly. Remind yourself you're doing your best, and that simply engaging with this kind of deep dive shows your commitment to a better future. It's about taking care of your inner child, maybe, and your future self, recognizing your progress even on a difficult day.
That leads perfectly into step 2 for the late afternoon. Do something different. Change up the layout of your room slightly. Take a walk on a route you've never been on before. Listen to a completely new, upbeat playlist. Maybe go about your day pretending you're the main character in a movie.
I like that one. This is described as a literal lifesaver if your days are just blending together, feeling boring and draining.
Yeah, the monotony.
It's about disrupting those routine patterns. Maybe learn a new small skill, read a book you wouldn't normally pick up, or work in a different environment like a library or a cafe if you can. It's about creating a brand new routine, even temporarily, having something novel to look forward to, and finding joy in small, new things. This way, you wake up potentially expecting new experiences and different results, which can actually stimulate new neural pathways in your brain.
I've definitely found myself caught in that cycle of monotony. So this idea of scheduling something to look forward to feels like a really powerful antidote. What did the sources highlight as the literal key there? Was there something specific?
Step 3 for the late afternoon is exactly that. Schedule something. Go on a solo date, schedule dinner with friends, plan some kind of fun activity. The material actually calls this the literal key to productivity.
Interesting. Why productivity?
Because if you tell yourself you just have to stay home and work all day, you often won't want to do it, right? There's resistance. But the anticipation of a reward, something fun later, can be an incredibly powerful motivator to get the necessary stuff done first.
That makes total sense. When life feels exhausting, it kind of becomes your responsibility to find and consciously put joy back into your life, whether it's a date with your partner, one of those hot girl walks, or seeing a movie by yourself. The core idea is to reward yourself, even for small wins, or sometimes just for existing and getting through the day.
Absolutely. The material explicitly states this, and I think this is a really important takeaway for everyone listening. You are not a machine. You're a human being with feelings and energy that can be depleted at times, and mental health that matters above all else.
That's powerful.
It is. These rewards, these moments of joy, they aren't optional luxuries. They are presented as vital tools for well-being.
Okay, so we've navigated the whole day from morning dread through midday boosts and afternoon shifts. Now we're at chapter 4, your night routine. And this seems to be all about slow living. Step 1 is to treat yourself at night.
Yes.
The sources suggest getting snacks, turning on cozy lamps, lighting candles, maybe grabbing some dark chocolate or popcorn, wrapping up in a blanket, and just indulging in some TV or a movie marathon. Permission to relax.
This self-indulgence acknowledges the reality of a difficult day. Waking up and deciding to just get on with the day when you feel awful can be heavy and overwhelming, and hey, you survived it. Yeah. Even if you didn't accomplish everything on your list, that's okay. Your energy wasn't the same. This is about deliberately taking it slow and treating yourself to a well-deserved unwind, really allowing your nervous system to calm down before sleep.
After treating yourself, step 2 is suggested. Make a cup of tea for that warm, fuzzy feeling, and then it's time to journal it all out. This is presented as a crucial practice for ending your day by getting everything out of your system.
Yes, the goal here is to try not to harbor any negative feelings and go to bed with a clearer mind. The idea is to prevent today's negativity from spilling over into tomorrow morning.
Breaking the cycle.
Exactly. It's not about achieving perfection in your journaling, but simply documenting where you are and how you're feeling. You can even imagine your future self reading it someday and smiling, seeing how far you've come.
That's a nice perspective.
After maybe a rant section, the material suggests writing affirmations or visualizing your future, focusing on manifestations perhaps, to remind yourself of your path and life possibilities. This way, you aim to go to bed with a hopeful energy, rather than feeling hopeless.
And that leads nicely into the final step of the night routine, nightly meditation. Again, it's another way to clear your head before sleep.
The sources suggest simple breathing exercises to calm down, get rid of any lingering anxiety from a busy or difficult day.
Okay.
And while meditating, you can visualize your dream future again, really live in your dream life as if you're watching a movie of it. It's positioned as a powerful way to reassure yourself that you are more than capable of achieving your goals, that you will get there, even if things feel slow right now.
It reinforces that idea again.
That what you focus on tends to expand in your life. ending the day with that positive focus.
Right. And with that, wow, we've journeyed through an entire difficult day, haven't we? From waking up with that sense of dread to hopefully finding a more hopeful energy by night. It really highlights how these proactive steps, even the really small ones, can make such a monumental difference.
Definitely. I think one of the most impactful ideas we covered is just the immediate power of action. That concept of doing something, anything, for just the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
How it can break procrastination and start building momentum. It's all about overcoming that initial inertia, that activation energy barrier.
And connecting right into that, the profound impact of identity, that idea inspired by James Clear's Atomic Habits, the idea that our habits actually embody our identity, and how visualizing and then actively embodying your dream self can genuinely drive consistent change over time. You sort of become the person you aspire to be by acting as if you already are.
Yeah, it's a powerful reframe. We also dove into those subtle yet really significant energy shifts, the importance of recognizing high vibe versus low vibe habits.
Right, that checklist.
Holding oneself accountable for what depletes versus what energizes. Moving away from maybe excessive screen time and comparing yourself constantly towards things like moving your body and getting out in nature. These choices really profoundly affect our daily well-being and, as we discussed, can even impact our biochemistry.
And finally, I think, the absolute necessity of self-care and joy. Romanticizing daily tasks like meals, scheduling something to look forward to, and genuinely treating yourself, even for simply existing sometimes.
Yes.
These aren't presented as optional luxuries. They are vital tools for well-being. That line really stuck with me. You are not a machine, you're a human being. And your mental health matters above all else.
If we connect all this to the bigger picture, it really emphasizes the cumulative effect of these small intentional shifts day after day. Our sources make a really powerful statement near the end. The feelings you choose to experience when you go to bed at night truly determine how you feel when you wake up first thing in the morning.
Wow.
It's all about setting the stage for tomorrow tonight.
So, as you listening head into your night, maybe consider this. What single small practice from everything we've talked about today might you implement tonight? Just one thing, something to positively shape your tomorrow. What one feeling can you choose to experience or cultivate before bed to maybe invite that hopeful energy into your morning? We challenge you to try it.